Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm taking a look at the Creative Sound Blaster X G5. This is a 7.1 virtual surround sound HD audio portable sound card with headphone amplifier. I've had this for a couple of months now, and I've had it plugged into my whole PC system, and it has been awesome. So let's take a look at it. So the G5 is pretty feature packed and comes with a rather solid software suite as well, where you can tweak EQs, various settings and modes to your heart's content. But it's not just a 120 decibel USB DAC, it also has a pretty solid headphone amplifier with a low output impedance of 2.2 ohms. And it's also capable of driving headphones of up to 600 ohm impedance, as well as sensitive in-ear monitors and high quality studio grade headsets. It's powered by the BlasterX Acoustic Engine Pro, which you can see the various features up on screen now. You have the various profile settings, and along the side of the device you have 3 buttons, one that controls Scout mode, one that controls the Sound Blaster X profiles, and there's 3 to choose from, which we can see here. We can tweak depending on the game. They come with lots of predefined ones, or you can create your own custom ones and input them as well. And you can import profiles that have been made for various games such as Dota 2, League of Legends, Witcher 3. The Scout mode focuses on using proprietary technology which allows you to hear your enemies from further away, giving you a distinct tactical advantage in combat. Now, basically what that means is that it tries to kind of isolate and boost footstep noises so you have a better, kind of a clearer audio feedback of the direction of where those footsteps are coming. So in first-person shooters, Battlefield, Call of Duty, it should give you the edge and be able to discern a little bit easier where footsteps are coming from. In my own practice, I certainly did notice footsteps a little bit more. Was it a big game changer for me? Not really, but it certainly did make some kind of difference. If I played those games more frequently, then this would probably be technology that I would certainly have on all the time. But for real-time strategy games, it's not much use to me, but it's nice that it's there. Through the software as well, we can also see we've got voice effects, advanced settings as well for the virtual 7.1 surround configuration and testing, and of course the equalizer, where you can enable various presets or set your own however you want. And again, through the acoustic engine you can preview and tweak various different settings from surround sound, crystallizer, bass, smart volume and dialogue plus. As you can see, I've enabled bass and tweaked that to my personal liking, and I've got to admit, over just my speakers are pretty solid anyway. They're a pair of Microlab speakers which I've had for quite a few years now, but they're really solid, a 2.1 system with a nice subwoofer. But this actually really improved the bass without making it muggy and without distorting the highs and lows elsewhere, which often you do find occurs, especially when you do any kind of bass boosting. But this not only boosted the bass, but kept everything clear and crisp. So I'm very pleased with the G5's performance here. Finally, along that side of the G5, you have the gain switch for 150 ohms to 600 ohms for those studio grade headsets and in-ear monitors that you may wish to plug in via the numerous different connection options that are available via the G5. At the front you have a headphone input and microphone input, and you have the volume dial. Now there isn't a specific readout of the level of volume, but the more you twist it to make it louder, the brighter the red LED behind the knob gets. and obviously turn it down the other way, it will dim and, you know, show that the volume is going lower. But connectivity wise, this supports a multitude of different systems. You can actually plug this up not just to your PC, but also to your Xbox or your PS4. You can also, you know, plug in your mobile device. Obviously, you would need the G5 plugged into some kind of USB connection in order to make that work, either your PS4 or your PC, but you can plug in your phone if you wanted to benefit from that. It has an optical and /line in and optical /line out USB device, which can be used for your keyboard, your mouse, thumb drives, whatever you want to use it for, and of course the USB to PC connection there, or to PS4. Now, from my own experience with this, now very briefly talking, and while I don't have any shots of this plugged into my system, primarily because my desk is a mess of wires, and it would probably only confuse you guys trying to explain my rather messy and complicated audio setup. But basically, with the way I record, this has been a fantastic piece of kit because it allows me to actually split the signal so that I can have my audio going out to my speakers and a headset at the same time. I can run a microphone for when I'm not using my studio quality large microphone for recordings, when I just want to use TeamSpeak and things like that. It has all the ports and connections you need, and I'd definitely say this is portable. I was reading some other reviews, and the reviewers were sort of saying, well, it's not portable because it doesn't, you know, you have to have it connected to a PC or, you know, a PS4 for USB. I believe that's because the reviewer in question had actually used one of Sound Blaster's previous external sound cards, which had its own battery built in, so you didn't actually need it plugged into anything if you didn't want to. However, this is certainly portable. I mean, the dimensions of the thing, it's not that big. It is quite small. You know, you can use this with a laptop. You know, you can use it with your laptop plugged into your phone, laptop plugged into tablet or something like that. Any kind of ways that you want to interface this that takes either an optical in or out or line in and out, you know, you can use it with the G5. And to be honest, if you're looking for if you're not interested in a internal sound card on your PC, if you're looking for something that you can apply to both your PC and your laptop at the same time, then this is probably the perfect solution to look at. If you're only interested in your PC, then probably look for something internal, because you're not going to want to kind of take it out. But especially if you want something up on your desk as well that you have that direct control over, which, again, for me as a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer, this is very useful to have on hand, because I can very quickly change cables around, especially if I bring someone else into the live stream, and not just via TeamSpeak, but I mean another physical person sitting with me and gaming two-player. Like local co-op and things like that. This is very useful for splitting that audio signal and having a lot more freedom and control over that. I mean, to get even more complicated about my awkward audio setup, I actually pass the audio out from the G5 via the optical out to another kind of dock, basically, for a set of wireless headphones. So it means I can listen to the audio from the wireless headphones, and my friend can plug into the front of the G5 and use regular, you know, wired headphones that way as well, which means we both hear the signal, but it doesn't degrade. Often when you do plug in or you split audio, you will get the audio level lowered across both headsets. This keeps it at the same level, plus it means I can independently manage the audio levels by splitting out to various different headsets. Basically, for me personally, as confusing as this may sound and what I've just outlined there, it is really, really solid, and I'm really pleased with the G5. It actually came at a really good time when I was kind of expanding my audio setup, and I am very, very pleased with it. So if you are looking for something that offers more connectivity options for your audio, especially if you're looking into optical line in and line out as well, and connecting up various different bits there, if you're looking at having multiple headsets on the go, I guess in a almost kind of, you could probably set up like almost like a mini kind of podcasting studio using this piece of kit, because it is quite versatile if you want to run various different signals, especially if you're running, you know, if you had this G5 and another kind of amp or dock, as I said, another wireless dock. I'm using the SteelSeries H wireless headset kind of in conjunction with this. However, I should say Sound Blaster did also send over one of their headsets, the H5 I believe, and I will be doing a review on that in the next few weeks as well, so stay tuned for that. But with all the headsets I've been trying out, it's worked really well in that combination, and it's made my life easier. While it may sound like it's added another kind of layer to it. It's made everything so much easier to run through and connect up, and that's what I would want out of something like this, because when I first got it I was like, yeah, is it really going to make much of a difference to the audio quality? As I said earlier, it does. I'm very impressed with it, and while it does have, you know, maybe a few little kind of gimmicky features to it, the Game Scout, while it does work, it's not something I personally would use. Having all those profiles set up is pretty solid, although I'm more of one of the kind of guys that will just have one profile that does everything. The voice effects, you know, I mean, it's nice that they've included that. They're pretty solid, actually. I did kind of freak out some friends on TeamSpeak using the dragon voice and all that, but I don't think there's much need for a sound test there. Now let's briefly talk about the price. Now these aren't products that I've particularly used before. I've used internal sound cards, but I haven't really looked at external ones with headphone amplifiers. You know, I haven't really jumped into the world of DACs and what have you before. However, for the difference it's made to my personal setup and my audio quality, and you know, the use that I'm getting out of it, I think it's certainly worth the price, which on Amazon UK is £123, and on Amazon US is $135. Now there may be better ones out there that are maybe slightly cheaper or more expensive, and if I get the opportunity to take a look at more in the coming weeks, months, years, then I will certainly do so, and I'll certainly come back to the G5 and see how it holds up. But for the performance it's given me, it's pretty solid at this price point. Yeah, overall this has, I would say, intensified my audio experience, like just through my speakers. When they're just plugged directly into my PC, the sound is great. This makes it better. Unfortunately, that's probably the best I can describe this. So if you are looking for an external audio DAC and amp and headphone amplifier solution that can also be portable to be used with a laptop or a PS4 or another games console or something like that, as long as you're plugging it into something that takes USB, be it a laptop or a PC somewhere else or a PS4, then this is a very solid product, and I would recommend you guys take a look at it. If you have any more specific questions or would like a follow-up video outlining my connectivity options for this, then do let me know. I'd be more than happy to do so. I'm actually in the process of kind of redoing my whole desk at the moment, so that actually may be a good time to do a kind of a clean video of showing how I connect up to the G5 on a regular basis. But anyway, big thanks to Creative sending this out to me. Much appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Greenman Gaming and Overclockers UK. Until next time, ciao for now.